we're interested in the best ways that we can ensure that less powerful groups, for example, racial minorities and young people, can have access to cannabis business and profits. And I guess, has that been a feature of the campaign in New Zealand as well? So we might start with Maki again.
Yeah, well, Indigenous people, we call tangata whenua here. We already know the magic of whole plant remedies, medicine from our own nature, our own plants that we get in the forest. They've been around for centuries, and now we actually know that as tangata whenua, we have every right to develop our own businesses, whether it be Māori medicine or cannabis medicines. There's room for everybody at all levels. I personally come from the cottage industry, and what does that look like? I go to the markets every Saturday and I educate and I give help to the people that are willing to at least open their minds to it, something new, because typical pharmacy drugs are no longer working for a lot of people, and in particular cancer.
Great. And Alex?
Sure. Look, there are two countries that I think we can learn a lot from in regard to treatment of disadvantaged populations. Firstly, we can learn a lot from California, the largest, most populous state, not the largest, but the most populous state in the United States, and also from Spain. What can we learn? Well, in 2018, the citizens of California voted, the majority voted for a citizen-initiated referendum, a ballot, which began the process of regulating recreational cannabis in California, which had been the first state to introduce legalized medicinal cannabis in the world. That was in 1997. So when they passed that ballot and then formed the legislation from the ballot, the wording of the ballot, a part of it was that the revenue, proportion of the revenue generated from the sale of recreational cannabis in California is allocated to areas within the state that have been particularly badly affected by the war on drugs. And of course, another way of saying that is that part of the revenue is allocated to parts of the state that have high populations of minorities. So I think that's a very important step forward